this video, I'm going to take you through the different tasks you will have to do for this assignment. This assignment will be a group assignment, so start thinking about the people you want to do this with. You will need to be 3 people in the group. So let's see what you will have to do. So first, let's see the agenda. First, I'm going to walk you through the different tasks you will have to solve on page 88 in your Unit 6 file. Then, once you do the activities, you will have to do some discussion, and then you're going to have to watch a video. And then, with the video, you will have to solve some tasks, and you will see that in the video you're going to watch, it is quite short, it's only 4 minutes long. Some of the vocabulary that we've been seeing is reflected in the video, so in order for you to understand some of the parts of the video, you will need to know the vocabulary that we have been working on. And finally, you will have to do some project work. What does this mean? This means that in a group, you're going to have to solve some tasks, and then you'll see how you get organized. You could work through Google Drive, you could use video conferencing to meet and work on this. You could use your WhatsApp to communicate. You will see what works best for you. I'm not going to ask you to do this in a very specific way, but I will be interested in what you can hand in at the end. So let's see. First, let's work on page 88. So the first thing you will see on the page is a discussion activity. It says work in groups, discuss these questions. I'm going to read them for you, but you will see in the instructions that you do have to do this in groups. So for the first time, I'm going to ask you to solve these 3 questions in the group you choose to work with. And the idea is that you write down a summary of your discussion in a doc file that you will have to upload. Question 1 says, do you believe in the power of the mind to heal the body? Why or why not? Number 2, list some alternative therapies that you have experienced. Which worked and which did not? And 3, what factors might influence someone's decision to accept a treatment or medicine? When you see these questions at first, you may think that they have nothing to do with what we've been doing. But once you watch the video, you will see that they are very, very connected. So remember, this activity is for you to solve with your group and then write down a summary for each answer in the document that I'm going to upload together with this assignment. Now let's move on. For the next task, you have to watch this clip and you have to explain the placebo effect in 1 sentence. So let's watch this together.
The placebo effect is a phenomenon in which a fake treatment, known as a placebo, can improve a patient's condition despite having no medicinal qualities. These treatments, or placebos, can have an effect simply because the person believes that they will. Presenter Rachel Riley joins placebo expert Dr. Jeremy Howick to see if they can prove whether the placebo effect really works.
Squash players are known for their...
All right, so with that, you already know more or less what the placebo effect is. So what is it? I'm going to give you some seconds to think about it and just say this answer to yourselves. What is the placebo effect? The placebo effect is a phenomenon in which a person's condition or performance responds to a placebo, such as a pill, which in itself has no properties to induce the change. So, I'm going to give you a very simple example of this. We can see that a placebo is some kind of fake medicine or something. So a placebo is something that is meant to deceive you into believing that something will have a certain effect, when in fact there is no effect attached to that thing. In this case, we're going to see that they refer to a pill in the video when you watch the full video. But in fact, you will see that that pill does nothing. But sometimes, if your brain believes that the pill will have the effect, you end up getting the effect. We'll see what this is about. So now you're going to watch the video again, and you will have to identify what the squash players found persuasive about the way the placebo was explained and dispensed, and discuss how you would feel at the end of the experiment if you had been one of the squash players. So number one is as regards the video, and number two is personal. You will not have to hand in this task, but I recommend that you do it. So let's watch the full video together.
The placebo effect is a phenomenon in which a fake treatment, known as a placebo, can improve a patient's condition despite having no medicinal qualities. These treatments, or placebos, can have an effect simply because the person believes that they will. Presenter Rachel Riley joins placebo expert Dr. Jeremy Howick to see if they can prove whether the placebo effect really works.
Squash players are known for their explosive power and fast twitch muscles. And today we're going to see if we can't improve their performance with this little red pill. Basically, the pill has no intrinsic physiological properties that will stimulate them. But if we make them believe that it's a powerful stimulant, their reaction times will increase.
So we're going to lie to them.
Call it the power of positive suggestion.
For this experiment, a specially designed machine is used to measure the reaction times of our squash players. Lights randomly appear and the athletes will have to hit as many as possible within 30 seconds. This first test is being conducted without a placebo.
Ready, go!
The players will then be tested a second time after the placebo's been administered. Another group of players will be doing the same tests without any placebo at all. They're called a control group. The group scores will then be compared to see if it's had any effect.
Time up! Time's up! 30 seconds goes quickly. How can we tell that it's actually the placebo rather than just experience that's going to improve their stats?
What we want to see is whether these guys who get the placebo improve more than the improvement in the control group.
Okay, perfect. Now it's time to sell it to them.
This is Neuroset, the latest stimulant in sporting supplements. Neuroset is completely different and totally safe. We fully expect that Neuroset make you react faster.
Each member of our group will be given 2 tablets as their placebo. Studies in the past have shown that people respond better when given more than 1 tablet. Interestingly, the bigger the tablet, the better the results, and the colour can also have an effect, red being the most stimulating.
With our elite group of squash players ready, it's time to conduct the all-important second test. Go! With the experiment over, it's time to see whether our squash players got significantly better results than the control group. If they did, it'll prove the placebo worked.
So basically, you all improved an average of 12.7% on average as a group, whereas the control group who did not get Neuroset improved only 3.6%. You guys were 9.1% faster than the control group.
Excellent. Good.
Thanks so much to Dr. Jeremy. He did a fabulous job of that. He's not been 100% above board because he is a doctor, but he is an expert in the effects of placebo. And what you've just taken isn't a new performance-enhancing supplement. It's actually a couple of Tic Tacs. Did you feel the physical effects?
It definitely gave you a positive attitude going into the second test, thinking that you'd taken something that was going to help your performance. So it worked well on me anyway.
These tests have shown us the placebo effect in action and taught us that things are not always what they appear to be.
Alright, so if you need to watch the video again, you just go back on this video and you play it once more. You will see that I have included the subtitles so that it was easier to follow. But let's now see these 2 questions. Identify what the squash players found persuasive about the way the placebo was explained and dispensed. What do you think?
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Okay, the pill was given a clinical name, Neuroset. Then Jeremy is a doctor, right? So players were given more than one pill, as studies had shown. That would be more convincing. That's another argument. The pills included the color red, which has been found to meet expectations of their appearance. There was medical equipment present. A uniformed medical officer dispensed the pills, along with making notes and testing the player's blood pressure. The pills were dispensed in a recognizably medical way, in paper cups and with water. Jeremy's language was very precise and informed, and Jeremy told them what to expect, so they would have already been anticipating the change. So these are all the characteristics that made this lie possible or feasible or believable. How would you feel at the end of the experiment? If you had been one of the squash players, how would you have felt? I think I would have felt a little bit embarrassed because I was tricked, right? And was given a fake drug, and then I performed better. But at the same time, I think I would be very happy because I would have found out that being faster at squash was in me and I did not need a drug to improve. So I think that it does have something positive, right? I don't know, that's just me. Now it says working class discuss the statement. Trials of new drugs, including the use of placebos, are unethical. I'm going to post this quote in our group for you to leave a comment there, as we usually do when we work with quotes. So we're not going to stop with this one now. I'm going to jump directly onto the project. So let's see what you will have to do for this project. The main instructions are on the page, but I have added some things also. It says, work in groups to create a piece of persuasive media. So what you saw in the video in Jeremy's video was how he persuaded squash players that the drug he was going to give them was actually going to improve their performance, when in fact it was a placebo. They believed that because they could prove, I mean the doctors, right, the doctor and the presenter, they could prove that the placebo had the desirable effect. So now it's your job to create something similar in order to sell something, so you will be absolutely free to see whatever it is and try to convince people that the thing that you're selling is what you say it is. I don't know. Let's see. So first you will have to do some brainstorming. What types of media are particularly persuasive in getting you to believe what they say? So before you actually create your own type of persuasive media, think about this question. Is it videos? Is it advertisements? Is it videos with people telling their own personal experience? What is the most effective one? What do you think? Then for the second stage, you will have to move on to planning. You have to pick one type of media from your brainstorming and research good and bad examples of these. So you will have to find some good and bad examples of this type of media that you have chosen, ones that were effective and ones that were ineffective, in a way. And then for stage 3, you will have to create your own, the one of your choice, right? It could be a video, it could be a poster, it could be a recording, sometimes some kind of a podcast. You will have to decide. And so you have to create your own persuasive advert using ideas from your research. You could try to sell, again, some kind of pill, right? Some kind of placebo. Or it could be something else, I don't know, a product. A new magical product that will solve all your problems. Or, I don't know, a vaccine to cure coronavirus. You will have to choose, right? And steps 1 and 2 are included in a chart that will be in the doc file that you will have to upload. All right? So these are the steps that you will have to follow for this assignment. Step 1 will be to choose 2 classmates to work with for this project. Step 2 will be to do the tasks on the doc file, switch on lesson.docx together, completing the different sections. How you do it is up to you. As a personal favor, I'm going to ask you not to divide the questions and say, for example, I don't know, let's suppose that Juana, Greta and Paloma are working together. Please don't do the following. Paloma, you do number 1, Greta, you do number 2, and Juana, you do number 3. Don't do that. I would like you to really try and connect and work together, especially at these times when we don't see each other. I think it's important to give it time and find a way to really, really work together. Then on step 3, you have to create your own ad in one of the following formats: audio, video, PPT with audio. There are other possibilities like a poster, for example. And for step 4, you have to upload the switch on lesson docx file, adding your name as in the example. For example, I'm in a group with Azul and Sofia, so the file will be called my surname, Azul's surname, and Sofia's surname, and then switch on lesson. All right, so that it will be easy for me to identify who the file belongs to. And then you will have to upload your audio, video, or PPT, or send it via email or any other way you find convenient, in case, for example, you make a video and it's too heavy to upload on Edmodo, right? For this assignment in particular, of course, only one member of the group will have to upload the things, because if not, we will multiply the number of files for the same objective. So that's, I think it's unnecessary. So just choose one member who is going to make sure that I get the files. All right? So that's all for this video. This video was only to explain what you will have to do. Of course, if you have any doubts or any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. We can meet in a way, virtually of course, and I can help you. All right? So thank you very much. Especially thank you for all your hard work, and I really hope to see you soon. Bye. I'm having some technical problems with my nose. Don't worry, I don't have coronavirus. It's just allergies.